Hello there, and thank you for clicking on this video. So today we are going to talk about the shocking final of season 8 of the Blacklist. So if you have clicked on this video, you already know what the Blacklist is about, so I don't need to tell you. So in this episode I'm going to talk about not only episode 22 but episode 21 as well, because for me this is one whole story and it makes sense, and so many things happened in episode 21 that I have to talk about them. So first of all, if you are into reviews, unboxings, reactions, Marvel, Star Wars, Riverdale, The Blacklist, Cobra Kai, whatever you can think of, then maybe, just maybe, check out my channel, and then maybe, just maybe, if you like it, then maybe subscribe. Yeah. So as I said in this episode, in this video, we are going to talk about the very kind of underwhelming and disappointing final of the Blacklist. Well, this is not the final, but this is the big final, and it is the last episode, I presume, with Elizabeth Keen, who has been the main actress in the show. So let's start by talking about what happened in episode 22. Basically, Reddington is ready to die out of nowhere, and he wants Elizabeth to take over his empire by Elizabeth killing him, so their enemies can see, okay, now Elizabeth is kind of Reddington in a sense, so nobody tries to do anything to her, which kind of makes sense, but also that is where the problems start for me, because Reddington has never been a quitter. He has never been the one to say, you know, I give up, let me just die. He has always been such a strong person with such a strong character, so for him to just say, I'm done, I don't want to fight, I don't want to leave, I just want to die, it was so stupid. And this supports the argument that the actress suddenly left, because otherwise this is not in tune with Reddington's character. So I assume the actress exited suddenly and they had to just make a final, they had to wrap up her story very fast because they weren't prepared for that, which makes sense, because otherwise, as I said, this doesn't make sense when it comes to Reddington. So after some hesitation, Elizabeth decides to do it, and she eventually cannot do it because I guess she now realized that actually Reddington has always been there for her, and she starts to appreciate him, and she cannot just kill her, well, her father, even though we still don't know, because after 8 seasons we still don't know who Reddington is and who Reddington is to Elizabeth. However, not everything was bad in the episode. I did like the moment that they shared in the park, and in the whole episode I think Elizabeth and Reddington has always had a very good chemistry, a very good father-daughter relationship, and it was very sweet how she took his hand, and it just shows you that at last, you know, she is appreciating his efforts, and despite everything she came to her senses, because she made such bad decisions throughout the last few seasons, and she had to make a choice, you know, even a few seasons ago, and she chose to join the dark side and dig and dig and not live her life. The other big thing that happened in the episode that I do not know how I feel about is that when Elizabeth was dying, she was seeing flashbacks of Katerina, and then after Katerina shows up, Reddington's face shows, and it's a back and forth between the two of them. And yes, this is another hint at the theory, the ridiculous theory that Reddington is actually Katerina, and no, I really do not know how to put into words how much I hate that theory, and I'll tell you why. You know, people like Reddington cannot be created in a day or even a year. They are their own people, and yes, Katerina is very resourceful, she's very smart, but she's not on Reddington's level. So that is why I don't think that Katerina is Reddington, because first of all, she's not as smart, if I may say that. You know, Reddington is pure genius, but I think I know who actually Katerina is. I think that's Miss French. I think that's the nanny. Why? Well, in the park scene, she was there, and every time I look at her, she does look like Katerina. And I didn't see anyone else say anything about that, but again, the only YouTubers that talk about the Blacklist, Matt and Jess Carter, they also, supported my theory that they also think that this might be actually Katerina, and it would make sense because, as they said, the park scene was very family orientated. You saw Dembe, and you saw Liz and Agnes and Raymond, and then Miss French. I mean, why was she there? Okay, she's the nanny, but you only need a nanny when she has to take care of the kid. But you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this. So I do think that this would be Katerina, because if she's Reddington, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And the show is, I think, really playing with us. I think they want to trick us because there's so many hints, especially in episode 21. But let's still talk about episode 22. Elizabeth went to wrestler, and I still do not get their relationship that much. I do not really see them as a couple. I don't know, this just came out of nowhere, in my opinion. But the other sweet moment that I really liked was when she called Aram and she was like, hey bro, I'm sorry for everything, because every time Liz does something, she screws over Aram, and it's like, why? And I did like the moment because Aram finally got some appreciation and some love from Liz, because I think that Aram is very underrated and he needs some more recognition. And in general, in my opinion, when it comes to Elizabeth's ending, it was very emotional, but I don't think it was proper, because first of all, she still doesn't know who Reddington is. I know some people were saying that he whispered something in her ear, but I was watching for that and I didn't see it. I hope he did. Or the other theory is that she's actually alive, which I hope it's true, because I don't think that Elizabeth, despite her character's flaws, I don't think she deserves to die like that, just shot. I don't, her story arc didn't end well, in my opinion. Nothing is really wrapped up. Yes, which brings me to episode 21, where she did learn a lot of things, but I don't think that what she learned was really that mind-blowing. I mean, the fact that the old Katerina Rostova, the nanny that was pretending to be the nanny a few seasons ago, that this is not her mother. I don't think that this was a big wow moment, because I was expecting that. I mean, Reddington would never kill the real Katerina. But I did like episode 21 because I really love that they brought so many old characters, Celia and Dom and the others. I think it was a very cool thing, but I didn't really get it, because was she imagining everything? Was she hallucinating? It was a bit weird. It was cool, but I don't get it. I don't really get what happened. But it was a very good episode. But I think this is another argument to the theory that the actress just suddenly left the show, that they didn't really know what to do, because these two episodes were so rushed and everything happened so illogical, and everything happened so fast and without much explanation, and I don't know, it was very, very weird. And when it comes to season 8 in general, I actually missed some of the episodes, because I don't know, when I watched the first few episodes, I just got bored and annoyed, and I was like, oh my gosh, Elizabeth is going to do something dumb again, and I just got very, very annoyed at it. And I do think that this season had its strong episodes. I think the one episode with Annie, where Reddington went to live with her in her town for some time, I think that was a very good episode. And it is the episode that I at least saw Thousand as the villain, because when he was first introduced, I wasn't into him at all. I was thinking to myself, oh gosh, he's boring, I don't care about him. But in this episode, that he didn't care about the police and he just walked in, and he was such a badass. I really liked that episode. But apart from that, season 8 was kind of slow, kind of boring. I don't know, maybe because every season is the same thing with Elizabeth and Reddington and with everybody, and I just got tired. But I think obviously Eddie is a very cute character. I hope she's alive. I think she's alive. But apart from that, when it comes to season 9, I just pray, first of all, we learn that Elizabeth is alive somewhere. I really hope that. And I really hope we eventually learn who Reddington is, because at this point, I can't. You know, the showrunner is also leaving the show, which is, I don't know, I have mixed feelings, because if he is the one responsible for the whole Elizabeth arc, then yeah, okay, bye. But the show also has very great episodes despite the whole Elizabeth arc. So I don't know, I have mixed feelings. But I don't know, we'll wait and see. I do believe that season 9 is going to be great, if because I do believe that season 9 is going to be great because the actors are great, and more or less the script has always been on point. And despite the flaws, I still think that the Blacklist has a lot of potential, and I still think that Reddington can go on so many more adventures. So all in all, as I said, the final was kind of underwhelming, because when we think about it, Elizabeth really wants to protect her child. So by her becoming the concierge of crime, that wouldn't be that smart, right? So it is very illogical that she, chose to kill Reddington and take over the empire, because this is no life for a child. So, and again, another argument that the storyline was made just because the actress suddenly exited the show. And again, Reddington wanting to die, so not in tune with his character because he's so strong. I don't know, it's not believable to me. And I hope they do the actress justice. I hope they say she's somewhere alive or something. And yeah, I'm looking forward to season 9, but the final was all over the place and nothing came out again. Yeah, I mean, Elizabeth died without knowing anything, which is, maybe she realized it at the end that Reddington is her father, because when they were looking at the picture with her and Katerina, she was like, "You were there, right?" And Reddington was like, "Yeah." So, I mean, there is literally no other way for him not to be her father. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below, what did you think about the ending of season 8? Do you agree that Miss French could be Katerina? Because I do believe that she can be Katerina 100%. I don't know, I just had the feeling when I first saw her. So as I said, let me know down below, what did you think of the final? Are you satisfied? Are you not satisfied? And what would you rather have seen in the final? I think I would have really wanted to hear who Reddington is, or at least show him telling that to Elizabeth and then she's smiling or something. I don't know. But yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, and may the first be with you.